One of our largest videos that we've done on this channel has been focused around installing LED lighting into this veneer fluted paneling, which tells us one thing, is that you guys have questions about looking at this trendy style paneling all across your timeline, and you're trying to figure out, okay, if I am going to invest the amount of money into it and be able to install this properly, how do I do it? How do I make sure that I have the right tools? How do I make sure that I'm finding the right materials? That's not some cheap crap, to be able to give you the confidence. And hopefully within this video, as we install these panels, we're gonna give you exactly how we went about our measurements, how we attached the paneling to the wall, how to cut the paneling when you have outlets similar to this, and how to install LED lighting for this specific setup. And then even more so, how you can light it to make sure that you don't get like this vertigo effect when somebody's looking at a bunch of lines on your screen or your home, but you can properly design your room and your space with these veneer panelings. In this video, we're giving you the full breakdown, the full look of how you can do it yourself without any help necessary. Today, I have with me one of the people that I have used for other studio builds as well. His name is Konstantin, and his work is phenomenal. However, he doesn't speak English, so half of it's speaking in Russian. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can light this veneer paneling properly to be able to have a really, really nice looking set that can look like this. So we got a lot of work. Let's get to it. When you're looking at this paneling, one of the biggest things that you do not want to mess up is your dimensions, right? And so this paneling comes in a couple different dimensions. You can get 4-foot stacks, which are half walls. You can go 8-foot, which that's what we have here today. We have 8-foot stacks of the veneer paneling, or you can go even further and you can go to 11 feet. So right now we are going to be installing the 8-foot panels. When you do this, you wanna make sure that you measure your length, and then you want to measure your height, because you want to make sure that the panels that you're getting aren't higher than your actual floor to ceiling ratio. The biggest thing you're going to want to do is, if like this, we have 14-foot ceiling, we're only going up 8 feet because it's not going to be able to be seen on the rest of the camera with like the rest of the paneling. Like, we're not going to be shooting up toward the ceiling. So we went with 8 feet, but even if you have an 8-foot ceiling and you are coming above the baseboard because you want to keep your baseboard, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to cut the top of these panels with a scroll saw. That you're going to want to make sure that you pre-measure each cut to be exactly the same, because you don't want mismatching pieces. In most of these veneer paneling distributors, what they'll actually do is they'll give you a calculator based off the square footage. So if you know the square footage, you can know exactly how many panels that you need to order to be able to make this happen. Right now, we are doing a 12-foot long in length for this wall, and then 8 feet above, we're gonna have some additional stuff to where we can hang on the ceiling still. We are going to be starting to stack our panels with, you can either use drywall screws or finishing nails. If you use the finishing nails, they won't be seen as much, but if you do drywall screws, you're gonna wanna make sure that you get those black ones that won't be seen, even if you go to sink it into the felt. Now, you are able to cut the felt with a box cutter, but you just have to be really precise, and you have to make sure that you draw your line with your box cutter appropriately. Now, one of the biggest things here is when you are going to cut the actual wood panels is you want to be able to use something like this, which is an Omni tool. Right now we are using a Ryobi, but you're going to want to look for something like this to actually be able to cut the wood, because sometimes if you use a tool that's too powerful, it'll actually flake the wood, and so you completely damage your wood as you're going to put it up. This is what we are using today, as well as a box cutter. Let's get to it. So one of the biggest reasons why we flipped these panels specifically is because I want some felt to be a buffer in the corner, because we want the option to be able to nook some LED lighting in here for a backdrop. And so we're gonna start with the felt side from our starter, moving all the way through, and then each panel should slide in right behind the other one. So one of the issues that you might run into as you're setting up this wall is not all rooms are perfect. When you're first doing your starter piece, it's really important to have your starter piece be level with the level, not necessarily with the wall. You can always do fill-ins and stuff like that into the corners. Your corners aren't the main part where your eye draws. So as long as you're level with your starter piece, you can obviously fill in your corners with like LED lights or plantation, but it's really important that when you're setting up your starter piece, that the starter piece is level, because then when you go to do the rest of your pieces, you'll be set and you'll be good to go. So don't get too caught up over whether it's nook to the corner or not. Just focus on the level, and that's exactly what we're doing. So we've officially set up our wall. Everything's leveled and sunk to the wall, and now we need to add our lighting fixtures. So in this next part, we're gonna show you exactly how to add LED lighting, strip lights, as well as a couple nice little spotlights. So now as we are going into the next part of our video that we've set everything up, we are going to be adding our LED lighting. We have a couple down lights that are rechargeable that are just gonna screw into the felt part of the panels, and you can charge them with USB-C. We got these from the wood veneer hub, and we have these LED strip lights that are going to go into our paneling to be able to break it up. As you can see, it's a 2-pack, so there's 2 lights in there. It's going to be 94.5 inches, which should run our entire wall here. Let's get to it. Open it up. We have our power box. We have our prongs that are going to connect to the LED lightings. We have our LED lighter control and physical strip lights, which you've seen in a previous video. But if you remember, when we did this, we want this part here to be on the inside of the wall. So now with our strip lights, these things are just gonna wedge literally straight in there like so. I'm gonna back up and show you guys how to do this properly. It's the full length of our entire wall, and we're just gonna plug it right in there. We're gonna put another light that's like right here, a couple over from it, add just a nice break up to the whole panels, and then we're just gonna attach it straight to our outlet down here. Let's do it. Now we're just gonna work it straight into the panel here. These are from the wood veneer hub. We're just gonna press it in. Now we're gonna add our second one. These just nook into this wall. So like you can take these out at any time you want, and you don't have to worry about it. Now we want to connect our connector here. It's gonna connect both of the lights, and that's it. You have your full LEDs that are attached to this. They also come in packs of 4, which each of these prongs, if you wanted to get a couple more, all you would have to do is buy the light and then just connect it to the adapter, and you're good to go. Our next part is adding our spotlights, which you're gonna look up Slat panel by Wood Veneer Hub, and it is the glow beam. It's a very simple setup. It's just 3 different items here. Your joint that attaches directly in between here. So right here, these will just screw into here, or you can put them on the actual wood itself. I like putting them behind personally, because then you're gonna connect your light. There's gonna be a hole, it's like right here. I'm just gonna let it magnetize, and then boom, then we have our spotlight. It's connected and charged with a USB-C port here. These are a super easy install. You just take these screws and you take them straight through to the felt, and it'll be able to hold, and then you can just get your ryobi drill that you have here. You just create a starting point. So let's say if we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I wanna go between 9 and 10. Now if I think where my people are sitting, I don't want these too high, I want them too low. So we just drilled our first starter hole here. It's got a firm hold to it. And now we just want to hit it with something like that, and you're good to go. There's a power button on the back of it here. Turn it on, and you can change between the color temperatures. If you hold it down, now you get like a white light. Now, assuming if you've never done this before, these are considered LED wall sconces. However, now once we set our first starter, what we want to do is we want to measure what our second one's going to be, the distance between that, and we're just going to continue on till we get all 4 just lined up along the wall. You really want to make sure to measure that first length that you're going with, so that they can kind of be evenly spaced across everything. It doesn't really matter for me, the distance between the first one and the second one, because the first one, I really just need it to be behind the subject. And so the second one, from the distance to that, it's gonna make all the difference. So let's say for each one, 25 inches, another 25 inches. Now what we're gonna do is set that down real quick. It's just as high. So now we are going to be adding our Govee strip light right along the top layer. It's important that when you are looking to cut these to fit your space, there are darker lines across the back here. You want to make sure you make those cut right across the dark lines so that you don't screw up your entire strip. So let's go ahead.
Oh, wow. Like it.
All right, and we finally have everything completed here. We have our veneer paneling with our uplightings. We have our Govee strip light. We have our desk set up. Our monitors are gonna go here for our video wall. Next step.
If you're not subscribed, go ahead and give me a subscribe and let me know how I can help you create more content. I'm ManagerJon. I'll see you in the next video.